Either the love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Rap's MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you keep the underdogs on top. The underdogs on top. Go ahead, envy me. The underdogs on top. And I ain't going nowhere, so you keep getting on it.
Rockin' like the
Rockin' like a six on top. Whole club rockin' like a six.
rockin' like the
Rockin' like a six on top. Whole club rockin' like a six. Rockin' like a six on top. The underdogs on top.
rockin' like the
Rockin' like a six on top.
Welcome, everybody, to the In Off the Bench podcast. My name is Jim Cross. No Daniel Ball today. No Ava Garza. Day two. You know, we got the Omaha grind. They are not able to be here, but we got to keep pushing on. We got to talk to these athletes, get their stories as we're heading towards the greatest show on dirt. But before we introduce our guests today, we got to plug the sponsors. Chinook Seedery, 9 flavors, mild to wild, the best sunflower seeds in the game. No salt, less salt, no sandpaper tongue, the best. They got the new Zilla flavor. You can check them out at Ballpark Village in Omaha. Go talk to Matt. Tell him Jim sent you from In Off the Bench. He'll get you squared away. Jesus One Apparel, John 16:33, empowering men and women to be bold in their faith. As you see our guest today, he's wearing his shirt. And with that being said, Brodie, Kresser, man, how are we doing today?
Good. I appreciate you having me. This is awesome.
Absolutely. And I forgot to plug the code, IOTB 20. I tell you, I'm wearing the new Milwaukee Brewers shirt, which is the identical colors. Y'all obviously doesn't have the cursive script.
Right.
For those of y'all who want to get the new short sleeve hoodies that feel phenomenal, even perfect during this summertime weather. It may say Milwaukee, but it's West Virginia in my mind. So head on over there, use code IOTB20. But Brodie, man, let's get into it. You know, for those who don't know, where are you from?
I'm from the Midwest, so pretty far from here. I'm from Iowa, small town in Iowa, Jessup. It's about 30 minutes from Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids area, kind of that local area. But yeah, a small town in Iowa.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Iowa's a decent sized state, but probably not too far from Omaha, huh?
Yeah, no, it's about 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, not bad at all.
And you know, as a kid from Iowa, I'm curious. You know, growing up in the Midwest, who was your favorite athlete? Who were you growing up watching?
I enjoyed watching Javier Baez. That was kind of my guy. The prime example of flashing the leather on defense. I grew up a big Cubs fan in the family and a Minnesota Vikings fan. Kind of no professional sports back home, so those are the two teams I rooted on. And being a shortstop infield, I kind of looked up to Javier Baez and seeing his success in the field and kind of that swagger that he goes by. But yeah, I would say it's been a bunch of people. Francisco Lindor is another good one. All those good athletes who are still succeeding at the highest level.
Yeah, and I love that you talk about flashing the leather. So it's not like, guys who just hit home runs, but obviously guys who do it on both sides of the ball. Those are the guys you want to emulate. And then you brought up the Vikings, could have left that one out. As a Saints fan, they've made misery for my Saints way too many seasons, just walking us off and in our season with Minnesota Miracle. But it is what it is now.
Yeah.
I have no issues with Minnesota, but in real time I thought, okay, hey, man, if you're going to walk us off, at least win the Super Bowl. And they didn't do that, so then I got mad at them.
Yep, they did not do that.
So I see your dad was a ball player, man. Was he your coach growing up, or did he kind of let you do your own thing? How did that work?
Yeah, he was kind of both. He's definitely that dad in the corner who was, always picking my brain and being hard on me and motivating me and doing all that stuff. But yeah, he's definitely been a big inspiration in my life. He got to that junior college level that I went to and then did not play on, but to just kind of learn that type of stuff. And I mean, truthfully, I'm living out the dream that he wishes he always had. And so it's cool. I get to, enjoy it with him and share all the cool things that I get to do, the cool things that I get to see. And my parents know that this has been a big dream of mine since I've been a little kid to make it to Omaha. And man, it's been a hard 3 years making it to 3 super regionals, but it's such a special feeling to make it. I've never gone as a fan or nothing because I wanted to make it as a player. So man, this last year it's been great. But no, he's been my rock, he's been my idol and everything else, and it's been good. He knows so much about the game, and I can talk to him about just about absolutely anything about the game, my swing, footwork, just anything. So having him in my corner has been a true blessing.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome, man. I hate that it took 3 years, but I think it only makes you appreciate it that much more. And so it's cool that you get to do it, whether it was at the beginning of the journey or the end of the journey. But to start the journey, you went and played Des Moines area community college. You had a lot of success there, but I always want to ask guys, when they get to college, it doesn't matter if you're talking about junior college or Division I. It's about learning the game of college baseball. It's a whole different playing field than what you came from in high school. So, in your time there, what would you say is the biggest thing that you learned that helped you as you would end up going to West Virginia?
Yeah, I mean, I learned so much, and shout out Nick Mishler and that whole coaching staff. They took a chance on me when I reached out to them about learning more about their program and wanting to go there, and walked on there, and yeah, the rest was earned and everything else. And I think just the one thing is the hard work you got to put in, the dedication you got to put in. Like it's an everyday sport. I was a multi-sport athlete in high school, so it was kind of like picking and choosing when you want to practice and picking and choosing when you want to play with going around the high school sports. But when you move on campus, it's an everyday thing. You have a set schedule. There's no excuses really. So I think just setting yourself to a standard, and just being a team guy and being able to hold yourself accountable, hold your teammates accountable. It goes a long ways, and I've seen that, especially with the kids in my grade and the kids above me and below me, how I've seen them have so much success at the other Division I level or Division II level. It's been incredible, and a lot of the teams now that they're at, they think that it's a little easier because of how much this sets you up for success at that junior college level, right? Like there's no NCAA rules, there's none of that. So like we could be practicing out there every second of the day if that's what our coach said. So just kind of being a little hard on everybody, and just kind of that gritty baseball, that you're playing, and you're playing good competition, and then you're playing, not so good competition. So I just thought it set me up perfectly for this Division I level. I came here absolutely more than prepared, and I haven't looked back since. And it's kind of taught me to be a better person, and that faith part and everything else, and just to kind of carry that and push it on my teammates.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact number, but probably like 700 baseball players over 6 years had on. And the guys who've had to go the route that you did, we were just talking about that appreciation, right? Like in the 4 years and what it took to get to Omaha. It's a different level of appreciation because you've had to grind from the bottom, and it only makes you better. I mean, we've seen so many guys, people don't understand, I see some of these guys who will take the big D1 school offers, but then they get no reps. They're sitting on the bench, right? And it's like all because they frown upon, junior college. And it's like, man, go there and get your reps. And if you think that it's not going to amount to something, guys end up at D1 winning national championships, guys end up getting drafted. I mean, you see a lot of MLB guys that are coming from that level. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And so I think it's a grind that most guys really should consider, with the opportunity to not necessarily just go high level D1. If it's not, there's obviously guys who are elite level talent who are ready, but there's a good bit, that aren't necessarily there yet, man. And just going and getting those reps and getting that grind in will only make them better. But, speaking of the grind, man, 158 games played for West Virginia over 3 seasons. A lot of success individually, a lot of success as a team, like you said, knocked on the door of Omaha a few times. But what did you say is the biggest thing you've learned in your 3 years at West Virginia?
Yeah, the biggest thing I've learned since I've been here is just the brotherhood that you gain, trusting your coaches. All the support doesn't go unnoticed. I don't know if you saw the support we had in these past 2 regionals. It's been absolutely crazy. Like everything we get, everything people say, like us athletes feel that. It's the highest motivation ever. But the guys, I've had 3 totally completely different teams. That's because we're getting so much talent out of the portal, and so many people want to come to West Virginia because of the rise of this program, and the outstanding facilities that we have. The coaching staff's awesome. Like what they do, it just sets us up for success. Like it's insane. We work kind of like that JUCO level. We work hard. There's a lot of times that days get long, days get tough, but we always look back and it's like, well, we're doing this for a reason. Like there's a reason why we're good, and there's a reason why you hear other, guys that that are like, oh, we don't do that type of stuff, and they're not successful. So it's like there's always a reason behind it, and just to be able to trust each other and trust in the coaches it goes a long ways. I mean, this brotherhood that we have here, and I mean, I think we had like 7 to 8 guys get baptized by each other. Like it's insane. I mean, our faith has grown so much. We know the bigger reason of why we're playing, and it's crazy to see. And being that, that older guy, it's unremarkable. And I can't wait to see what we do in Omaha, and especially in the near future with this program.
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't even going to bring this up, but I'd be remiss if I didn't. But I did a tweet that I don't do controversy, but it could have been seen as controversial. But you talking about that brotherhood, you talking about getting baptized. LSU, the guys last year, man, just really close knit. They were doing Bible study together. They were getting baptized, like all these different things. You saw the way they felt like they were playing for something bigger, something more. Obviously, God's glory. And then this year, even with guys like Curry and Jake Brown still on the team, I got nose to the ground. I'm hearing I got the LSU FCA director tell me they're not showing up. I got guys telling me there's no Bible study. And then you look at the team and they didn't have any cohesiveness. No chemistry, obviously, and it was like one of those things, man. Like it cannot be overlooked what it's like when you have that brotherhood, that tight bond, especially when Christ is involved.
Yeah, it really changes your life. I mean, when I gave my life to Christ, it's a different feeling, man. It's why you're living life, why you're playing the game, and when you preach it to your buddies and your teammates and on social media, even, I mean, that younger generation, they look up to you, so it really plays a special part, in your life and that motivation that you're passing on to that younger generation.
Yeah, a cool note for you: that whole side of the bracket, your whole side of the bracket in Omaha. All 4 teams are actually outfitted with Jesus One. I don't know any of the North Carolina guys specifically, but we had the Troy guys on, and they talked about it. And then I've had plenty of the Ole Miss guys. So, just cool that on that stage, if everybody's really living the life that they're preaching, win or lose on how it goes to Omaha, that the guys on that side know that they're really winning no matter what. So it's really cool. But I want to talk about you guys' offense for a minute. When you look at the field of 8, everybody's talking about Georgia's offense and the team, they have. But, man, I'm running through the numbers, and you guys put up 75 runs this postseason, which is just scary good. And then when you got guys like Yale and Cole and others on the mound, like, I mean, what a luxury when you know that your offense has got your back like that. So just how much fun has this season been being a part of an offensive lineup that top to bottom can just flat out rake?
Yeah, man, it's been crazy. We've seen lineup changes, just as fans, and everybody's seen the lineup change, and everybody's like, "Are we gonna pick a spot?" Like, no, we're not. Anybody in this lineup can hit anywhere in the order. Like everybody can do damage. It is pretty scary. Like you said, it's fun, man. Like we trust in the plan. We do the scouting reports that our coaches give us. Like we do everything. We're so bought in, and to see it succeed, and we always talking about how good these starters are, and yeah, they're good and stuff like that, and just to when you step in that box and it's a dogfight, like you want to win that fight, right? Like it's crazy to see the success, and then all the guys trusting in each other, trusting in the plans and stuff like that, and putting up those type of numbers and runs is so much fun. Like it's so rewarding at the end of the day, and then trusting our pitchers, like you said, Yale, Corn, Chance and Cole. I mean, those guys are just absolute dogs for us. They trust in themselves, and
when one of them has a bad day, because in the one Kentucky game, y'all came out and got punched in the mouth, and got down a bunch of runs, but y'all responded and y'all got them back.
Yeah, it's insane, and our pitchers know that. They're going to go out there and they're going to try to put up the most zeros they can. But if they have a bad inning or not, they know that our hitters are going to back them up and score a bunch of runs, and that's what we tell them. We'll get up by 5 or 6 runs, and we're just going to keep telling them that nothing changes with you. You're going to keep doing your thing, and we're just going to keep scoring more runs.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's been fun to watch, and I think it was good for me to see because I had Bryson and I had Max on, and so kind of had that pitching perspective, and so I knew the pitching staff could pitch, and so then getting to see this lineup just flourish the way it has been fun to see. Thinking about Bryson when he was on, you were talking about the West Virginia environment, especially this last couple of weeks. He told me this is a guy that came from Tennessee, which they do it big on Rocky Top. He told me the fans in Tennessee just did not compare to the fans at West Virginia. And it wasn't a knock at Tennessee. He said, these fans are passionate. And then we see what we've seen these last couple of weeks. And I want to ask you, man, like Country Roads, like the regional scene was epic, but then, you obviously do it against super regionals. Does it give chills still no matter what?
Oh my gosh, it gives you chills. It makes you emotional. I mean, everything you possibly think of, singing in front of those fans, those dedicated fans that who knows where they're traveling from. It honestly does. It gives you chills. It gives you emotional. It gives you, your chin shake, and you could just probably just start out crying in tears of just joy. And all the guys feel the same thing. We sing it loud and proud. It's something on our team that we're known to have to know every single word of that song because of how much it means and how much we're gonna sing it. And we are, we enjoy every single time getting on that line, singing it with everybody. But to be able to play for something else bigger than ourselves is kind of like our motto. And to be able to do that for the state of West Virginia and the culture that has been changed in the past couple of years. Shout out Randy Mazey for I think I saw a tweet of 14 years ago since he's been hired. He wears number 14. We made Omaha like, man, what a cool story that he started and passed down to Steve Sabins. It's been incredible, and he was pretty emotional. That's somebody I'll always look up to and give all my all my thanks and joy for him having me on, recruiting me and all that type of stuff. But yeah, it's truly special. I can't even put it into words how awesome it is. It's awesome. Even on the road, we enjoy it. We sing it loud and proud on the bus after every single win. The local spots, some teams play it for us at a neutral site and stuff like that. So just to be able to do that and see it with these fans these past 2 weeks and these two regionals as, it's something you'll never forget.
Yeah, and I think what it did overall for the growth of college baseball, I haven't seen, like I said, been doing this 6 years. I haven't seen something get as much viral attention, especially positive, because a lot of times negative can find its way, but positive attention like the way y'all singing it after regionals did. Like, I mean, my entire feed on social media, every ESPN analyst, everybody, just didn't matter what they were, social media account, what sports team they were sharing how great a scene that was and how is the best thing they've seen all season. And so I thought it was a huge thing just for the overall growth of college baseball. It lets them know because there are things like that amongst other teams, right? Maybe not as great as what y'all are doing because y'all doing it at maybe the best level, but like everybody's got traditions. Everybody's got these great things that they do. So I thought it was huge for the game itself. But last question, then we'll do a little rapid fire. We've talked about your faith and how important it is. We see you using your platform to highlight it. Couldn't be more proud to see someone your age, continuing to do what you're doing. But specifically with Jesus Won wrote on your shirt, what does that saying mean to you?
Yeah, I just instantly think of Jesus won the battle. He won, his death and resurrection. He died on the cross for our sins. Like, what other way can you not live your life for Christ? Like, when I gave my life to Christ, it changes your life, and it makes you look at life differently. It makes you live life differently. It makes you treat your peers, your family, everybody just differently. Like, to be able to know to go out there and play the game and glorify Him and know that whatever happens and he's not going to be upset with 0 for 4 or 4 for 4, like just to be able to come home and lay down on the pillow and know that like you're playing for something bigger than yourself and that baseball is not your identity and your identity is in Christ it's truly a special feeling. And like I said, I've been seeing it with my teammates and all those guys are on the same page, and man, it's a crazy feeling. It makes you want to get emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, once again, that's awesome that your team has built that culture, and I can't wait to see, as it continues to spread, as not just through West Virginia, but throughout college and more. So awesome stuff. On the rapid fire, man, very simple. It's just 6 questions, man. We're going to find out more about you. Simple. Yes. First question, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food, steak. Gotta be steak.
Can't go wrong with that.
No.
Favorite musician?
Favorite musician? I would say in the recent time, Riley Green.
All right. Favorite baseball movie?
Oh boy, I gotta go with I would say probably The Old Benchwarmers. It's a classic. It's something I enjoyed as a kid, and we'll never forget that type of movie.
Yeah, there's so many, like there's no such thing as a wrong answer, right? There's so many good ones, and everybody has what appeals to them. I'm still a giant kid at heart, just like you with the Benchwarmers. I like Sandlot personally. I'm a big fan.
Sandlot's a good one. Yeah.
Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, all those. So I'm definitely a fan of the ones that are kid ones. Favorite West Virginia uniform, and I say this because with you, I was curious with this one because with you being there as long as you are, there's some uniforms that y'all don't wear anymore that I think y'all should still wear. But regardless, y'all have the most elite set of uniforms year in, year out. What has been your favorite that you've worn?
I would have to say the creams, man. The throwbacks have been absolutely nuts. A little secret, we're bringing them on the road to Omaha. We're gonna wear them. It's something, that throwback logo. It's talking about the past and what this program has come to. It started out with nothing. The program was probably going to be shut down. It's just to see that type of stuff. It's awesome. The coal rush is right there behind it. How much coal and is important in the state of West Virginia, and being able to play in those black uniforms and black helmets under the lights is super cool. But the cream and the throwback logo, I think that little off-brand white cream color look is just, man, it's solid, and it got a lot of attention. And just same thing with all of our uniforms. It's been incredible with what our staff has done for the cool jerseys.
I love those, but when I was looking through your IG page, obviously you just mentioned the black ones. That picture after you come across home plate is awesome. In black, but then there's one of the camo or the military ones that y'all don't wear anymore. It's pretty. As a veteran myself, I'm always kind of closer to those, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, they need to bring that back.
I know, yeah. That's one we stopped wearing. I'm not sure, but they auctioned them off and got a bunch of money raised back, which is super cool. But yeah, that green camo with the yellow helmets and the yellow writing on the top was pretty sweet.
All right, favorite away stadium that you have played at?
I would have to say North Carolina. UNC was a pretty special. It was a super regional, but the field itself and the setup and everything else was pretty cool. That or PNC, playing Pitt my first year was, man, that park's beautiful.
Oh, for real? Y'all got to play in PNC?
Yeah, in PNC. Pretty sweet. It was, man, it was awesome.
Depending on what list you look at, it's like top 3 though on every MLB ballpark list, no matter who's creating it. So that's, man, I didn't even know that y'all got to do that. That's pretty epic.
Beautiful.
All right, and then the last question is this or that. Usually when we play the this or that, we have a bunch of questions, and we ask these different things. But you could go to any concert or any sporting event. What are you picking, the concert or the sporting event?
Sporting event.
And what is the sporting event?
I would say a World Series game. I haven't been to, I haven't been able to experience much of that with, summer ball and fall ball and everything else. I would just say like a Game 7 World Series. Teams undecided, don't care. Just a Game 7. That's, the atmosphere is just sick. I was a big Cubs fan in that 2016. It's, it's been incredible. I sometimes get bored and just go back and rewatch the highlights of a dream of mine, to be at that level and be playing in the World Series. It's definitely something you want to do. And, like I said about Omaha, maybe it's one of those things where I don't do it and hopefully make it as a player or something.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to find guys that I'm rooting for in the World Series anytime soon. So one of the cool things about doing this show is we just had our 26th guest that we've had on the show make it to the MLB. And so instead of just rooting for one team, I'm rooting for teams because I want these guys to do well. But it seems like, for instance, like Skeens and Connor Griffin are on the Pirates, and, Burns is the Reds and like stuff like that. Like they're not on the good teams.
Right.
And so it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna get to see these guys win a World Series anytime soon with the teams that they're on. Like, especially like we got 4 guys that are like on the Rockies, and the Rockies are like the worst team. It's tough, but it's also helped a lot of them get to the show quicker just because, didn't have to jump too many great players. But no, we'll see what happens. But I've been kind of a fan of the players lately, and I'm kind of like you though, as far as the World Series. It doesn't matter who's there, but preferably, I say all that to say, if it can at least be one guy that I've had on the show there, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, man, I have taken enough of your time. I know it's a busy week. You talked about you guys are heading out tomorrow. Wish you nothing but the best of luck. Man, if you guys need anything along the way, if there's anything we can do for you, just holler at us.
Man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on and what you do for, spreading the word and getting these good athletes on. It shows, man. It's awesome.
I appreciate it. Well, that is Brodie Kresser, everybody. If you like hearing his story or you just like hearing us average Joes talk X's and O's, please like and share on Facebook, retweet us on X, give us a follow on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. But tomorrow we will be back with Colby Branch of Georgia. But in the meantime, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.